Well, it's kind of a nasty day today. It's about 56 degrees, something like that. It's been raining for a couple days, and it's a good day to be inside, have an inside project. I have lots of projects. But I opened a can of worms yesterday. I had intended to go to Bulletproof this weekend. I had reservations for the motel over there in Centralia, Chehalis, for Friday and Saturday nights, and come back Sunday. It's a good show, nice show, a lot of good rigs there, but I had an issue with the head gasket on this thing, and I have an oil leak where the little copper line goes through the block, through a hole in the block, and then up this other side and into the rocker arm assembly. The only oil pump this engine has is to oil the rocker arm. It does not have a pressurized oil system. Of course, it just has the old dippers on the bottom of the rod caps that splash oil around. It's really a hoot too, because you drive down the road, you hit a bump, and all of a sudden a puff of smoke comes out of the stacks because a little bit of oil sloshes around in there, and one gets a little more oil than it usually does or whatever. But so I wanted to get into this thing. I had to pull the manifold to get to that place that I need to try and stop that oil leak. And I had an issue with the head gasket that I had put on here. It was actually the wrong one, and it didn't match up exactly where it needed to on some of the holes, some of the ports in the head, and it left a little, it leaked a little bit, not like you know, not like oil in the water or water getting into the system, anything like that. It was just an outside leak. It leaked right above the little water pump there, which is not in use anymore. But I knew that, and I had ordered a gasket. It turned out to be the wrong one. So now I have my truck all tore apart, and I was thinking, well, I need to get that fixed before I go to Bulletproof. So here I am with my truck torn apart. Here's the old head gasket, the one I had ordered. This is the one I'd ordered, and it fits the block, but things don't match up on the head, as you can see. It just doesn't work. So I found one. I found the right one. I think the reason I ordered that one, and well, I just wasn't really paying attention because I didn't know that they made different ones for this engine block. See, this is the first 6-cylinder. This is the first generation Chevrolet 6-cylinder, inline 6. Interestingly enough, even on their 4-cylinders prior to 1929, they still had overhead valves way back then. As far as I know, Chevy never built a flathead. I don't know of one, but so here I am. Oh, and I know what I was going to say. This is a 194 cubic inch, which is first generation, and a lot of people look at this, and you know, the kind of older guys will say, "Oh, what's that, a 216?" And I go, "No, it's a predecessor to the 216. They didn't build that until 1937, and of course the young guys think it's 235 because that's what they've heard of and know of. But prior to 1937 and the 216, which is a much larger block than this is way smaller than a 216. Anyway, in between 1929 and 37, they did punch this thing out and made a 207, and I think they even made one other engine size with this block. I'm wondering if they changed something in the head that new gasket might fit on a different type of head. At any rate, it's the wrong gasket, and I have the right one on the way, but I canceled my trip to Bulletproof, which is kind of disappointing because this morning I got an email from my friends in the Rat Bastard Car Club saying, well, we'll see you there, and they're all getting together and going, and I wanted to be there and visit with them, and I wanted to see the rigs, but I'm not going now because I wanted to take this. I could just go and see the show, but I don't want to do that. I want to take this if I go. So there's always next year. Anyway, just thought I'd show you the can of worms I opened up. You know me, always getting into trouble. Saw our Peaks video of Deadeye Dan's rig, and I tell you what, I like that truck. I really like those front fenders on the back. That's just unique, and it's gives it a great look, and I just like everything about that rig. As a matter of fact, I called Dan this morning and talked to him a little bit about what he's doing with that rig, and it is awesome. So he's having a little trouble getting some video. He had video, but he's had trouble getting it to work with his editing program or whatever, getting it downloaded from the camera. So that's all I've got to say about that. See you later. Thanks now. Bye.